Can I talk freely?
Yes.
I'm asking you for permission.
Sure.
You don't ask nobody for permission.
No, because he gets upset. I don't want Greg to be upset. He's my producer now. I
Does
don't
that
want
say
him to be
Heinrich
upset.
Public Relations? You say whatever the hell you want.
Hey, Anthony, where'd you get this podcasting stuff from?
It fell off the back of a truck. With
You
the
better
little knife.
face it toward Greg, if anything.
I did this before. I'm not a rookie. I did it before. Wait, I want to make a toast before I do anything. Before I
toast?
pop this bottle. Before I popped it last episode.
You look like a second grader, learning how to write.
Before I pop this bottle, Sal, I don't know if I told you, but Danielle is our first turning member of Breaking Bread. During the first season, before you were my co-host, she was one of my first guests. And that's actually when I met her. So she's the first guest to come back.
Wow.
We've come a long way, baby.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
2 years ago, I was on. 2
Yeah.
years. A lot has changed since
Then I had a
then.
hiatus.
Is this your first time?
No, he's got it's coming.
No, I want the sound to go.
I see it. It's slipped.
ASMR. Opa!
Look at that. I didn't spill it this time.
Nice.
See? Gregory. Ladies first.
So the last time
Is that
that
why
I
you're
was
pouring for
on, we were at
yourself?
Fortunato's outside, remember?
Oh,
In the kiosk.
Pass this along. Cheers.
Cheers.
To 2 years.
Salute.
Food.
Everybody, you cheers with your right hand, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's you. Very superstitious.
100%.
She's extremely superstitious.
Eye contact, right hand.
Look in the
No
eye.
elbows on the table. No water.
You can't cross arms.
One time
Wow.
I
Toast
spilled
with
salt.
water. You can't toast with seltzer.
What is your guys' opinion about elbows on the table?
Like it depends on the company.
That's one thing I don't believe in.
Superstitions?
I'm big with the
bullshit.
no. I'm big with the well. You know what? It's up to God.
So if a black cat crosses your path, you're not moving the car. You're not turning it around.
That's the one thing freaks me out a little bit.
Really?
What?
Black
So you're
cats.
like selectively superstitious.
Black cats.
Black
Yeah, I was gonna say there's black cats everywhere. How could that?
no,
that's
completely black cats.
That's like you calling your mother after you step on a crack.
break
Did
your
you
mother's
did you
back?
guys ever do the thing where it's
Stepping
like?
on you break your father's spine.
Do you guys ever do the thing where if you step on the crack, like you are something?
No.
Like you're walking down the street and you're like, if you step on the crack, I'm like an idiot.
No, we broke our mother's
No, you're
back
just
with
an
the
idiot.
crack. Right? Is that what you did? You broke
I
your
feel like I'm
mother's
more
back?
Yeah.
superstitious about
Craig?
like a black squirrel compared to a black.
What
cat.
about spiders?
I hate
Black squirrel.
I hate
Spiders?
spiders.
You
But
can't
spider,
kill them,
I don't know
right?
about superstition about
You guys
spiders.
want to ignore the
What do you
squirrel
mean you
comment?
can't kill them?
Can't kill a spider.
I'm
It's
more
bad luck.
superstitious about that.
Squirrels.
Killing a spider is bad luck.
Because they,
Yeah.
yes, because
It is
they,
bad luck.
Depends
yeah.
on the spider, though.
yeah, they're supposed to be good. If it's like a black widow, obviously,
If it's
no.
a spider that can kill you, if it's a normal spider, if you kill it,
Yeah.
I feel like all spiders could kill me.
Water bugs
They're
freak
gone.
me out the
Oh,
most.
my
I got used to
Water bugs.
spiders and water bugs because I have my cabin upstate. They're just normal, like the daddy long legs, like the water bugs.
Danielle, do you get the cave crickets in Brooklyn?
Oh my
Cave
God.
crickets? No, not that I know. In Long Island, we did.
Cave crickets.
The crickets?
It's on Long Island.
The big.
Cave crickets.
Yeah, in Long
Oh,
Island.
they look horrible.
Greg has a
We
funny
had a
story
house
about
in
crickets.
the Hamptons, and we would get them in the basement all the
We're not
time.
talking
Big,
about
big
crickets.
crickets, big ones.
Dude, they're
those
monsters.
the cave crickets?
I hate
Yeah.
crickets.
Oh no.
No, we got them downstairs. I can't
Laundry
stand 'em.
room.
Greg is one with the crickets.
I hate crickets.
Greg, you're one with the crickets. How you on with the crickets?
He has PTSD from this.
No, I have PTSD from my grandparents' house.
Say the truth.
Well, no, this is where it originated.
Oh, okay.
So my
okay.
grandparents' house was old school. The basement was like
A cellar?
dungeonous cellar. And in their laundry room, they had like these sticky pads. And like every single time as a kid, I would go over there, it'd be like 30 crickets stuck to these pads. And it gave me like PTSD. And then we lived in the Babylon house. It was a ranch. So I was
Shout out to Matt and Jason.
I was in the den, and it was right next to the backyard. And like every morning, every night, I'd kill like 3 crickets. Like every single day, I'd walk in there. And
That's how I know Greg's childhood
Wait,
was
they're
too
just
nice.
like respawning.
Wait, but you're
I
telling
have
it wrong.
PTSD from the dead crickets in the trap.
Me and Sour like we got
Both them
beat
and
with
chocolate-
metal
chocolate
fucking
covered
bats.
crickets?
My grandmother made rabbit on Easter once.
Okay, but that's not bad.
Yeah, but I mean, we
Think
were
about
kids, crazy about the Easter bunny,
Right, that's true.
and Nona's cooking rabbit, look.
Or if you grow up, you have like a pet. Like,
And Greg's trauma is a bug trap at his grandparents.
I
no,
know.
they
Where-
were also
I know,
alive. Like they were dead ones.
I know,
and they
but
were
we had
alive
to do
ones.
it like we had eel on Christmas Eve. Like we ate.
Eel's
crazy,
good, though.
Crazy things.
I love
Tripe, eel.
All right, so we're all
Sous vide, you know.
Tripe
we
is
all eat
great.
well here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all eat well.
Suffices to say.
Well, our parents just like fed us stuff.
No, but like, tell me,
Like,
like,
you're not picky.
when people don't eat well, does it like not bother you?
Annoyed.
When
I'm
people
very-
don't have an appetite.
My sister's boyfriend, I love him, right? Very picky guy. So picky, in fact, that when he comes out with us, sometimes he'll eat at home
no.
before,
No.
Are you serious?
Nope.
just in case.
Like, what is he? Chicky, fry? That's all he eats? Like chicken? fish,
No, like
fry?
he'll eat pasta and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
but
as
what kind?
Pasta
but-
with butter.
Pasta with butter and cheese.
but as long no
Pasta with butter
no.
and cheese is good.
Good.
He'll eat
but, like,
pasta.
You're
He'll,
seven.
he'll eat pasta pomodoro, right? But he'll eat it at home.
Pasta and tomatoes.
Well, he wants it his way. Like,
His mother makes it, and he likes the way his mother makes it.
oh,
So
that's
he's
a red
so he's
flag
seven.
right there.
I listen. My
That's a red
sister's
flag.
nuts. I like the guy.
What Anthony's saying is like people who don't have a good appetite that are willing to try things or willing to do.
Correct.
It bothers the fuck out of me.
Correct.
Especially with food.
What do you mean?
Like if people don't have a
Right?
good appetite or they don't want to try new things, like they're
Right,
stuck in
exactly.
there, like their ways of eating. Like
It's like I don't like
get it.
I don't like fish, but every once in a while
Right.
I'll try
Fish
a piece of fish.
No, but you've tried it. I've watched you do it.
Yeah.
That's what.
Like you're not
growing
like,
up,
oh my god, I'm gonna
Yeah.
die if
Like
I have a piece of fish.
I'll respect if
Yeah.
you're open and you don't like it, rather than like, oh, I've never tried it, I'm not gonna try it.
Yeah,
My-
exactly.
My parents made us try everything.
Same.
I'm telling you, like we were forced. If we didn't want it, we were forced to try it. And they were like, if you don't like it, you spit it out. Like
No.
you're trying it. Like you better try this scungil. You better try this scungil. I mean, I
You
like
just
it.
cooked in the kitchen for 3 or
but,
4
like-
hours.
You guys want to hear a messed up Italian story? So my Nonno was old school, and he would grow his stuff in the garden. Now I have PTSD from people growing their own stuff, like how Greg has PTSD. So I will never forget. My Nonno made this fresh tomato pasta. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. The like tomatoes were nice and pink and like ripe, perfect. So I'm like sitting there and like I'm going through the pasta and like I see this little thing, a little thing in it. It was like a little bug.
Stink bug.
A little creature.
I was literally mortified, and then my Nonno goes,
Protein.
like, finish it.
Right.
And he made me finish the fucking plate.
It's cooked.
Yeah, the old schoolers.
It was in there,
protein.
though.
It's not there.
It was in there.
It was
It was,
bugs that
it was
normally
in there
crawl
from the
around
garden.
From the
Yeah, they
garden.
crawl around the tomatoes.
That didn't freak you guys out?
Yeah, but I mean, I get it. He might not have washed the tomatoes before he made the sauce.
But you know what? I
is my
I
go-
take like a bug over hair. I take a bug over hair any day in a.
Oh, a bug over hair?
Well, it depends what
Hair
kind of
is
bug.
freaky.
Well,
it
like
depends
a
who's
gnat?
making it.
Yeah, but
gnat
I feel like I'd take hair over a bug.
Yeah.
hair.
Over a
Depends
bug?
who's
Brands?
making it. That's happened to
In
me,
a
and I've almost
restaurant?
vomited.
Listen, every once in a while it happens. What are you gonna do?
Like if I'm at like my
No.
family's place or a friend's place and there's a hair, I don't care. If I'm in a restaurant,
Bro,
Restaurant.
I've almost
hair? No
projectile
way.
vomited if there's hair in my food. Like, and you eat
I
it and you
will eat
taste
it.
it stringy in your throat.
Oh my god, I have.
Hey, look, see, you know.
I have like pizza.
You like know what I'm talking about, right? Like, it's that feeling.
Oh my god!
This isn't
I
alfalfa
know. I'm
sprouts.
gonna gag right now. Like, well,
Ugh.
no,
That's gross.
no.
I mean,
Will that make you stop going to a place if that happens?
100%.
Really? Even it can happen to anybody though.
I know, but I
Like
I will
even the
relate-
best restaurants have bugs.
I will-
Everyone knows this.
like certain
Yes.
things, right? Bugs.
Even the best
I've
restaurants
gone
have
to a
bugs.
good restaurant
In
in
the
the
back-
city that the name shall be withheld, and I saw this was years ago a roach on the wall in there, and I won't go.
On the wall's a little different.
Next
We're
to the
talking about
table?
in the no. But
In the
I'm saying in your favor.
John George.
If it's on the wall next to a table, whole different ball game.
It was John George.
Like,
If it's
look,
in the back where all the garbage is, what are you gonna
it's
do?
like we all know it exists, but you don't want to see it. It's like
Every
don't ask, don't
restaurant-
tell.
The restaurant not to be named is
Yes.
John George.
It's not-
every restaurant.
That's where the
place you've
where the
been to,
cockroach was.
If they have a back door,
That's
which is
so-
open
Yeah.
to the,
It's not just snails on the plates, people.
Answer this question: was it a famous place or not?
Yes.
It
Definitely.
was a. I like knew it by the
Question I
way you
wanna
said it. I could tell.
Yes.
But if it was some hole in the wall, she would
No,
have been
no,
like,
it's
"Yeah,
a famous place.
Was
It's
it
been around
Ameri-
for a
was it
long time,
American or
especially
was it
around Christmas
Italian?
time.
was it American, French, or Italian?
Especially around Christmas time.
None of those.
I think I know what it is now."
What kind of style was it?
If I say it, everybody's gonna know.
No, everyone's gonna know. I can't give it away.
No.
You can't give it away. I already know it.
Give it
No.
away.
I'll tell
She like half gave it away.
I'll tell you.
What part of the city is it in? What neighborhood? Nah. What part of the city? Not in what neighborhood.
I'm gonna say around like Flatiron, Chelsea.
Yup, it's
area.
the place I'm thinking of.
Oh.
Okay. So
Wait, so Danielle, one question I would
You have
love
to
to.
introduce her.
True. Your turn.
No, it's all you, pal.
Today we have a very special guest on the Breaking Bread podcast, Danielle Caminiti. Did I say it nice and
Very
Italian for you?
Very authentic.
That's what I
Very
like.
authentic.
She is our first guest to actually return to the Breaking Bread podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm a veteran.
You're a veteran. You were one of the OGs.
You were there when?
Molti anni fa.
You were there when, they say.
I was there when? Right, 2 years ago at Fortunato's.
Wow.
Outside.
Sal
I
was
didn't
not
have an
there
office.
yet. Right, outside. Greg was there. Sal was not there.
I
We
was
were
not
drinking
there.
Cafe Crema, right? Outside.
And I thought I was the man. I'm like, come to my place, come to Fortunato's. They're like one of us.
It was a
Right.
busy day. It was,
It was
loud.
a busy day. They were all the
windy.
Hot summer
older
day.
guys were gacchioning outside, remember?
Trying to see what we're doing.
what's going on.
You know, as soon as you bring a
Okay.
camera, they're like,
Yeah, they don't want to be seen, but they want to know what's going
I
on.
want to know.
it's like clockwork. It's so funny.
It
You know,
was
because
such
they
a
bullshit, they
laid-back
gossip.
interview, though. Like, it wasn't anything formal.
I was nervous as hell. I'm still actually kind of nervous.
Did you call it a bad interview?
No, it wasn't bad. It was actually, I loved how casual it was. It was like we just spoke the whole time. It wasn't like an interview.
She's trying to
It was
soften
just-
the blow.
No, it wasn't
She's
really
calling
like.
it bad.
I didn't
wind
mean
was
like
blowing.
bad, like terrible. I meant like Michael Jackson bad, you know?
No, yeah, it was rap.
I'm bad, you know it, you know?
No, it was a good interview. Like I was like every interview should be over Cafe Crema.
I was learning, okay? I was
were.
learning.
You were nervous. I could tell that you were nervous, though.
He's
Very.
a big
You
boy
were.
now.
Yeah.
You were nervous.
He was vulnerable.
Well,
Here he
you know
is
what?
now.
Now I have my footing.
Now, I mean, now it's high tech. Look at all this. Look at all this stuff. You know,
Yeah. Anthony really pulled together the equipment. Look at the studio.
you're a big ass.
Yeah.
Try.
Sal, do you say big ass? Do you know?
No, I say hot shit.
Hot shit.
Hot shot.
I love the
Hot
term
shot.
big ass. When you first told me that, I was
ass.
like, she
Big
definitely
ass.
is cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
I've heard big shot, big shit. I've heard. I wouldn't
shit.
really hear big ass.
You never hear big ass?
When my dad's really mad at me and like I'm doing something he feels like I shouldn't be doing, he's like, you gotta be just like a fucking big ass.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck you gotta do that for?
Yeah, you
Like,
could
let's
be a
just say I
big
wanted to
ass.
go on a trip somewhere and I was young. I was like fucking 18. You gotta be a fucking big ass and show off to everybody?
Or you
That's
could
exactly
have
what
a
he would
big
say to
ass
me.
too. You could be
Yeah.
a big ass, or you can have a big ass.
That kind of personality is how I know Danielle from her social media and all that. That big personality really comes through. How'd you get into social media? Because you're an attorney by trade.
Yep. I'm a Hagen.
You're a Hagen, right?
Calls herself Tommy Hagen.
So
Sorry,
I got
Greg.
into it from basically over COVID. You know, courts were closed. I was home, like everybody else, and needed some kind of distraction from all the craziness and all the negativity. So I started cooking, and I never stopped. And so I'm still doing my thing.
You love to cook.
I love it. I love to eat, and I love to cook.
Yeah.
I have to say the truth, and I'm not saying this because I'm a fan of yours and like a good friend, but I was always a fan of your content.
Really?
Always.
Oh,
Like
that's so
even
nice.
before you made the stride that you're at now, and you made massive strides like since we first met. I was always a fan. I'm like, this girl, the way she takes the pictures, the way she takes the video, like, and you were doing it all on your own.
I still am, basically.
So
I mean, like,
I'm chop liver.
well, you're not always there, you know.
True.
Like
but
they're
like,
very like Pinterest-y, like very like aesthetically pleasing type of shots that I've seen. Whether it's like the photos, the videos, like they're very,
It is Pinteresty. That's a
Thank
good
you.
word.
like very like pleasing to watch.
That's a good word, Greg.
Greg would use the word
well, I
aesthetic.
did my own food styling too. So like, I would go to Home Goods. I was like, you know,
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby. I lived at Hobby Lobby. I would get like one plate, one mug, one spoon. You have to see how many like one things I have at home.
She would buy like cloths like
Yeah.
this, like wood
Just to,
wall,
like,
like the
stage
brick
it,
paneling,
just,
and
like,
stage it on a
stage it.
table.
Danielle can open up her own Williams Sonoma.
I love Williams Sonoma. Hobby Lobby. I love all that. But it's all about the lighting too. Like the lighting. Like I would be taking pictures on my terrace, like the natural light. It would like. There's a couple of tricks that you can do, like to make food look good. I'm sure Greg knows a bunch of them from like the food world and stuff.
I love those terrace videos.
Sunlight,
glue.
sunlight is your best friend.
Certain
Natural
things.
sunlight's your best friend.
Natural sunlight, or even like I would spray, like I would put olive oil in a spray bottle and like make the steak glisten. It always looks better when you like make things like shine.
So
a
you
little
did
bit.
like the little commercial tricks?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I got tricked.
And she taught. That's self-taught, by the way.
I just
That
like
she
to
was
see-
always doing that.
I
Like
just
be
like
like
to
for
see
it was
how things
cool.
look. And I never did it with a professional camera. Like I never had a professional. I always did it with the iPhone. So
She had like 74 photos before one
yeah.
was perfect.
So this is like a whole new world to me. Like even the people, like everything. So I'm so happy about it because I would never meet all like you guys. I would never meet anybody that I've met along the way just going to court every day.
Right.
Being a lawyer, like how would I meet these people?
You told us a story once. We were all out to dinner, and you were telling a story. God
Bless you. Salute.
Thank you.
You told the story once about how you would have like something going on the stove or in the oven behind you,
Yeah.
and you'd have to be on court and on Zoom for court, and you'd be like, "Sure, here's that motion or whatever it is,"
right.
and then like pause your screen, turn around.
Yeah.
the pork chop.
I still
Right.
do that. I still do that.
Don't forget to stir the sauce.
Right, stir the sauce. Yeah, no, I still do that. I like multitask. You can have yourself on camera, then you can shut the camera off. You know, you start like taking a pizza out of the oven or chicken out of the oven. So that was the blessing that came from COVID is like the hybrid. You know, not everything's in person. Before everything was, you'd have to go to court, you have to be in person. Now they have virtual, so it's a little bit of this, it's a little bit of that. But yeah, I mean, I'm still doing it. I love the fact that I could do both. It's a whole new world.
And you're stepping into the influencer world as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's evolved. Like my content was very much like a few years back, everybody's was more like still shots. Like everything was like still shots of everything. Now it's more like reels and fun skits and stuff like that. So I like it. I mean, it's
Goodfellas skits.
Goodfellas, My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
You know.
That's one of the reasons how we got to be friends was through the Goodfellas stuff.
No, Bronx Tale, right?
Bronx Tale, actually, yes.
Yeah, Greg
Yes.
was the videographer of Bronx Tale.
Which kind of, believe it or not, a lot of people actually don't like.
They don't like Bronx Tale?
If like you think about it.
Our
No,
Bronx
no. No, so like I feel like when we post those videos, it's 50-50. It's people that are like, this is so cool. It's like an awesome tribute. Then
I
you get
agree.
people that are like, get a life. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to like, as like a kid, I love these films. Like I loved everything about them, the way they were cut, the way people were dressed, everything. And to me, if I can come somewhat close to it, like that greatness, like I can learn.
Well, it's like artistry.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the people that don't appreciate it are like what I call the IAPs, like the Italian Authenticity Police, that they think like, their version of Italian is more Italian than yours is. And they're like, oh, you're denigrating the Italians because, you're acting out Goodfellas or whatever the case may be. But if you think about Martin Scorsese and the actors.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Right, and Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro, like it's
Al
a form of
Pacino.
artistic expression. Like I don't know. I have a different opinion than.
Well, it's just some people are fans of the films, but not fans of like the promotion of such or whatever it is that you guys are doing through that type of content, which is confusing. You can't say something is is an Italian American aspersion and then turn around and be a fan of the aspersion itself or the people who make it. That's kind of hypocritical.
Agree.
100%.
These
You
are,
know-
these are the same people that can't do it.
I know a lot of
I
people
think
who aren't.
a lot of it is
I know-
sour grapes too.
I know a lot of people who aren't fans of the films themselves because
Of
of
course.
it, which is
Yeah.
a separate thing.
Right.
But
Agreed.
there's so many people who just can't get their discomfort straight. It seems.
Right. They're fans of the films, but then they don't like you acting out the films.
Very strange.
I mean,
It's like weird.
here's the way that I take it, and I think this is a really good take. Is like, like a lot of people, my normal came to this country. He worked hard. He always did the right thing. He doesn't have any sort of a criminal record. Like, was as straight laced as you could possibly be.
Like my parents and grandparents. Yeah.
Sure.
That's what I mean. Like,
That's the more common Italian American experience.
100.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's more likely than not that we're gonna hear what we just said,
Right.
as like opposed to this crazy story that seems like it's a movie script.
And I guess a lot of people, through the romanticizing of it, think that we're going to give the impression, which I guess is true in some way, that Italian Americans as a whole are more of the former than the latter, more of the mobster type than the hardworking, Ooh.
Right. But I mean, like, we know who we are. Like, we're hardworking people. We know who we are. So, I mean, do we have to give a disclaimer at every post? Like, this is not reality. This is not what we think of as reality. Like, do you have to go legal on people?
I don't know. I think you just do what you like to do. You know, like Anthony said, he grew up as a fan of the films, you know, and now he likes to, you know, do little things. And it's through the guise of promoting certain businesses that he's working with. It's through the guise of what he does for a living.
It's a tribute. It's a tribute to.
And it helps
There's a lot of-
hardworking businesses.
There's a lot of
100%.
people doing a lot stranger and crazier shit these
Oh,
days.
yeah.
That's
that,
what I
that
mean.
people could be a lot more fed up with.
For sure.
I think people are just taking a soft target on this one. But I really, you know, you see a lot more of the skit type and the kind of woman on scene content from you these days, and it's great. However, it doesn't take away from the cooking content, because the cooking content has just become so much better and so much more
In depth.
right, much more in depth, much more in detail.
I mean, I've made everything under the sun, basically. I like, how much more can I cook? I have a million posts. I have a cookbook. You know.
Could I give one of my
much more
favorite
can I cook?
dishes?
Yes.
All right, so it's a tie. It's like a tie. I have two favorites, and they both involve meat. First is the lamb ragu, which is out of this world. I'm a big fan of lamb, anything lamb. She makes a lamb ragu that's outrageous, literally, like to like die for. It has like a good consistency. It's not too thick. It's not too soupy. It's just perfect. It
So
sits on the pasta nice. I'm starting to talk like you after hanging out with you so much.
It's so
Yeah.
flavorful. I love. That's one of my favorites too. You know, I had the lamb burger. The lamb by lamb burger is great too,
Oh, sounds delicious.
I love a good lamb burger.
with the feta tzatziki sauce.
How do you get that like lammy flavor out of lamb?
You don't like you.
That
You
like
don't.
almost
I
like
thought you
that
gotta cook it a
gaminess.
certain
Yeah,
amount of
yeah,
time,
yeah.
right?
So a lot of with the lamb burger, it's a lot of the spices, like the cumin, the coriander, red onion. It's a lot of spicing it up. But I love lamb flavor. Like I love it.
The gamier flavor you're gonna get is if it's from an older lamb.
Yeah.
What do you mean an older lamb?
Like how you compare
A sheep.
like how you compare veal to steak.
Yeah.
Like veal to beef. Like that's why you see baby lamb chops and you see mutton. Mutton is like I think 6 to 8 months.
Is like a goat a form of lamb?
No, I mean
goat.
it's similar, but it's not.
Lamb is
Do you
sheep.
eat goat?
It's like comparing like beef to bison.
How
No,
do
I
you
know,
like
but-
the goat fetch soup?
Do you eat goat?
Do I eat goat? Yeah.
Curry
You know,
goat.
like do you go to a restaurant and you're like, can I get some goat chops
some
instead of
restaurants
lamb
have it.
chops?
You never had curry goat?
No,
Dude.
never.
Well, you don't eat a lot of Indian food, right?
That's the one cuisine
Curry
I don't
goat
eat.
is not Indian.
No, but I
No, well,
love anything
don't
curry.
don't eat by choice. I just haven't been immersed to it. Like I've never really been to an Indian restaurant. I've never been immersed to it.
I started eating curry. I went to London on a trip a few years ago to perform, and they served curry, like a curry on the plane, and I was like, let me try this. I mean, if you're gonna try anything, you're gonna try it on a 8-hour transatlantic flight, right?
Eat the brioche.
Yeah.
PTSD from that.
So
No comment.
I loved it, and when I got to London, I realized that curry is a very popular fast food of London.
Really?
Indian
They have
curry,
huge,
yeah.
Middle Eastern population there.
Yeah, love curry.
Love
Love
curry.
spices, but it's very interesting how that's what kind of takes out those flavors in the lamb.
Yeah. Well, with the bolognese, it's also
Well,
you know,
that's
like
different.
the milk
That's
or
the
the heavy
time.
cream or whatever
Right,
Yeah.
right.
balances it out.
Anything that cooks in sauce, I'm like a fan of.
The sausage sauce. Tell me about it.
Oh my God, the sausage. You love the sausage sauce, right?
Yeah, that was my second one.
That was my favorite. Growing up, I had a nana. I didn't have a nonna. I had a nana. I'm Italian American.
Manana.
So, you know, the IAP will come after me. It's a nonna, not a nana.
I had a nonna and I had a grandma.
I had a grandma.
Same.
They were
and a
both
nana.
Italian.
I'm just
but
like you.
one was born in the Lower East Side, one was born in Saviano.
Same.
So my nana, my mom's mom, she was all Napolitan, and she made a sausage sauce. Some would call it sausage gravy. Sausage sauce. It's basically sausage out of the casing, all
Yeah.
fennel, half hot, half sweet.
You brown it first.
Brown it first, out of the casing, brown first, onion, no garlic. You can put a little garlic, but it's primarily onion. And in the sauce. And it's slow cooked, but no heavy cream.
You
not-
Sicilian?
A little bit, like a tad. Like my
She's
last
more
name
than
is
she
Sicilian.
acknowledged.
A sprinkle of-
Your
My
last name is Sicilian. Then you're
from
Sicilian.
Messina. So Caminiti is Sicilian. But
That onion in the sauce thing, I feel like is a big CG
you?
move.
and meanwhile, that with my
father did
Napoletan
too,
Nana. Well,
She's
onions
the one.
You and the
only in
Sicilian
some
thing.
sauces.
Father did
Right.
So
they
in the
spit their
sausage
sunset.
sauce, it was primarily onion. But like in a marinara sauce, it was just garlic. It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
and
sausages
onion.
do have
so
garlic
it
in
depends. But yeah, the sausage sauce, I love it. It's so good. But
So
I use
whole
like 6
onion.
pounds of sausage, like 3 and 3.
Oh wow.
Where do
It's
you
a
get
lot
it
of
from?
sausage. So last time I made it, I
6
got-
pounds of sausage per can of tomatoes.
No, not per can. No. This is 6 pounds. I'll make a nice pot of it. You know.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Like a
and
big
I'll have
pot.
leftovers.
You got a big pot.
And I have leftovers. Yeah, I got big. I always make a lot because you could always freeze it. It always, it always holds up. But yeah. So tomato sauce, sausage, out of the casing. Always fennel. Has to be fennel. If they don't have fennel, I actually buy the anise seeds. I mash them up in a Ziploc and I throw it in.
Old
Fennel
school.
is the flavor. The pork is the flavor. So that's my favorite.
That's
By
where the
far.
flavor's at.
By far my favorite, and even on a pizza, like the sausage sauce on a pizza is so good.
No, the
so
sausage
in my
sauce-
cookbook, it's in the cookbook actually, but it's not on pasta. It's on polenta in the cookbook.
Oh, sounds
God.
that sounds
so
sick.
Look
it's
at
the
that.
crumbled sausage sauce over creamy polenta.
Would you rather have it over polenta or pasta?
Polenta is a little different. Like we didn't grow up with it like this.
I love
Like
polenta,
animated,
though.
You know, with
do it
like a
over risotto,
rigatoni.
too.
You could do it over risotto. I just eat it like this from the
Yeah.
from the pot. Like it's that thick. There's so much sausage in it. So last time when I made it from Mario Sausage in Middle Village.
Mm-hmm.
Their sausage,
Yeah.
forget about it.
You go
Really?
into an old school butcher shop. Know what I mean? Like if you go to
Yeah.
Stop and Shop, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Their chevrolet sausage is good.
They
Yeah.
grind their own sausage.
Yeah.
And it's nice when they have it already like out of the casing for you, or if you otherwise you just split.
You can also order it custom.
Yeah, you can custom.
I have an uncle who orders his sausage custom.
Yeah, I love
even
it
from like Ivorone.
Yeah.
I mean Salpino. Even from Salpino.
Baicos is good in Brooklyn, B&A, Frank and Sal.
Salpino.
You know who
Filipinos.
makes a good sausage? Premio.
I like Johnsonville sauce.
No, I mean I never.
I
really
wanted
get
to see
involved
if
with
you
that.
guys. I wanted to see if you guys
I mean,
would like
maybe
win.
it is.
All right, listen.
You don't look like you believe.
Can I
it.
say something?
German and
Could I say
we do-
something?
We do
What?
Johnsonville sauce.
Could I, as a frequent shopper of Costco, I've eaten Premio sausages. They're not terrible. And by the way,
And let me
Premio
tell
sausage
Shop
is
right. Don't kid yourself about Shop right sausage.
ShopRite.
Yeah, what is it? Bowl and basket or whatever they're.
Bowl and
Bowl and
basket.
basket.
Doesn't,
Yeah.
Doesn't some of
Yeah,
the sports
it's
stadiums
not
use,
bad. It really
Premio.
is good.
Premio, yeah. So Premio, I was gonna say Premio is a sausage you're getting at like any of the
yeah, like Shea, not
City Field, Yankee Stadium, yeah. But I do like the sausage from a butcher, and I like the fact that
Yeah.
you can say if you want a certain
Custom.
amount of fennel or you want a certain heat to it,
I love
you
it.
can call ahead and get that done.
Exactly, because growing up, they always had the fennel in the sweet, but we wanted the fennel in the hot, and that's a custom order right there.
Now you like certain you like certain things to carry certain elements when you cook.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in a very old school neighborhood. You're in South Brooklyn,
Right.
Right? Is there do you go to certain places for certain ingredients because of the way they make it?
Yeah.
Certain places for certain things.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
you go to one place for bread, you go to one place for
Yes,
cheese, you go to one place for
absolutely.
sausage, you go to one place
Absolutely.
for
Right. You can't just get everything.
No, you can't. I mean, you can. It'll still be good, but it's ideal if you could hop around and go to your spots
Right.
and get everything the way you want.
Right.
And then I think is the difference, like, so my sister and her family moved down to Florida, and then from Florida they moved to Nashville. And I think what happens is the threshold goes down for what's good the further you get from New York. Like,
Oh, they got
the pizza's
themselves.
not bad. The pizza from Dante's is not bad, but it's like, is it really not bad?
They got themselves used to Publix.
Yes.
It's funny that you said that, Publix and all these places. The one thing I'm impressed with outside of the city limits, and I think that's any city, are like the supermarkets.
The fact that they're so clean.
They're sparkling clean.
And they have booths.
Like, I went to a ShopRite, like, upstate, and it was phenomenal. Like, every fruit was perfectly, like, colored. Like, I just can't explain it. There was nothing on the floor. It was just perfect.
I love Publix.
Publix
great.
is good. They have good,
Yeah, Publix is good until you get to the deli counter.
Sal, the first time I ever experienced that with you was when we went to LA together.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Sal's like, you got to check out this deli. and Sal spit out the order to this guy.
It was 4
And
cold
I will
cuts.
never forget how long we were there for. We were there so
45
long. I
minutes.
opened up like a bag of tamales and just started eating them because I was so hungry.
We were there for
That's-
45 minutes.
At the deli
least.
counter. That's ridiculous. You shouldn't be at a deli counter for more than 5 minutes.
It was 4
I don't
cold
care
cuts.
how much you got. If you're at a deli counter for more than 5 minutes, that counter is broken.
I agree.
Danielle, it was 4 cold cuts, a quarter pound of each.
It wasn't like tough. It wasn't like he said, "Let me get a half pound of this, a pound of that."
We're going to see
quarter pound of
Paul.
this.
We're going to see Paulie Costabile and Rico Graziano. They have a podcast up in the valley, and we happen to be down by the water. So I said, let's go. This is the only place that's got Boar's Head, got nice stuff that we got. They'll have imported DOP prosciutto. We can get it. It took forever. The line that backed up behind us. Do you remember?
There was
we were
there
like
was
the fourth
50
people in there, but by the time we left, there was 30
forget
people
about it.
behind us. How does a place operate like that?
Then we had to go to the cash register on like top of it. We couldn't even pay for it there.
Why? Where could you go to a deli counter? You pay for it.
Mario's.
You want somebody like that's quicker than you, where you give your order and they're like, what else? What else? What else? What
Thank
else?
you.
What else?
Yeah.
And you feel like you're too slow talking.
You're like,
to them.
oh,
Right.
you want the
What else?
cheese too
What else?
right
What
now?
else?
You
What
want the
else? Yeah,
cheese
what else?
right
What
now?
else?
I'll give you the
Oh,
cheese
he-
right
he
now. What I'm
literally-
getting the
literally
cheese.
Rice bowls. What else? What else? Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Danielle, he literally said,
like-
like, can I get a quarter pound of prosciutto? Can I have a quarter pound of sopressata? Can I have a quarter pound of mortadella?
Remember the guy
I'm like,
went-
whoa, slow down.
Yeah.
The guy goes, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, no.
I looked at this
Whoa, whoa,
guy
whoa.
like, are you fucking kidding me? You
Yeah,
just
no.
told me, whoa, whoa,
I
whoa.
know.
I told you a quarter pound.
that's the West
By the
Coast
time you're
mentality,
done
right?
slicing it, it's what, 3 seconds? You do shoot. What else? That's a quarter pound.
They don't give you that extra layer, the wax paper underneath.
Nah.
In between
no,
each
no,
one
no.
so it doesn't stick.
Yeah.
You seen Publix?
Oh,
Want to know what they do
yeah.
at Publix? You want to know? At the very least, if they don't do the wax paper, what they do is they move the thing while they're doing it so that it layers.
Yeah.
All right. So
No,
they,
not at Publix. At Publix, they fucking pile it one on top of the other like that, like a big pile of
and do they
shit,
give
and then they
do
bag
give
it up
in
and
the
hand it to
Ziploc
you.
Bag though, or is it?
They
paper?
gotta give you the Ziploc bag.
That's bare minimum.
That's like a food safety
I
thing, the
know.
Ziploc bag. But I'm talking, it's a pile of meat with the wax paper just folded over on top of it in a bag.
no good.
What is your perfect chef's kitchen? What kind of appliances do you have? What do you need? Like, what can't you
Okay.
live without? Is it a gas broiler?
Michael's.
Is it a,
This is what I have
it
to
might
say.
be something surprising like an air fryer. What's the...
Couple
I always
microwaves.
say I'm like Mo Green. I was hanging out with Ken Moores. like I can, like I say about my kitchen. If I could make it there, I can make it anywhere. My kitchen is not big. It's never been big. I don't have a state of the art kitchen. But if you like to cook, you can cook on a Bunsen burner. You can cook on a campfire. You don't need all the bells and whistles. It's nice to have them. It is, but it's really your passion and what you bring to the table that really dictates. Like so. I feel like it could only go up from here. Like I don't have a state of the art kitchen. I live in Brooklyn. You know, it's like there's no big center island and wolf stove or anything like that. It's just regular GE stuff. I mean, would I love more? Who wouldn't?
Gas or electric?
Always gas.
Do you concur, Greg?
I had electric in Long Island.
Oh, yeah.
Really like it.
Absolutely.
Big Long Island thing, the electric.
Long Island
I cook
thing.
on induction because that's the best I could do.
Induction.
You
the
Long
best I
Islanders,
could do.
you're
Mag-
electric.
magnetic
You
electric.
You can't light your cigarette like the old school way on the
No,
electric. Like
we're moving to a house.
growing up, do you remember?
G and I were moving to a house with gas stove, and I'm thinking of taking up cigarettes just to light the cigarette on the
Right?
stove by the kitchen
That's
window.
that's OG.
I
Like, people
absolutely
lighting it.
disdain electric stoves. I hate it.
All right.
That's what I'm used to.
I got a controversial topic to end as we're coming to a close. Greg already knows it's about him because they stared at him.
Oh God, I don't even know. I just know it's me. What?
No, it's not. It's not about you, but it's something you've done that I think is noteworthy. Look, Sal's all excited.
I'm foaming at the mouth.
All right. Do you not get certain things because they're not a certain brand? And if they're like a brand that you deem to be like, no,
You're a brand whore.
no, I am a brand whore, but like I'm saying,
Like, there's no discernible difference between Boy's Head and Dietz and Watson. But
Yes,
I'm gonna
there
get
is.
stop it.
Come
But I'm gonna
on.
get Boy's Head
This is
over
No,
Dietz and
so-
Watson.
blasphemy.
all right. So
Look,
I'm
if I'm at Stop and Shop, and like I see the Stop and Shop ketchup or like the Heinz ketchup.
No, that's
It's
different.
Heinz ketchup with the Stop and Shop sticker. It's Jif peanut butter with the Stop and Shop sticker.
All right, here's what I'm talking
We're
about.
talking about going to a party and I have Costco liquor.
Can I like talk freely?
Yes.
I'm asking you for permission.
Sure.
You don't ask nobody for permission.
No, because he gets upset. I don't want Greg to be upset. He's my producer now. I
Does
don't
that
want
say
him to be
Heinrich
upset.
Public Relations? You say whatever the hell you want.
Greg gets prepackaged cold cuts. But not like the
wait,
bars
wait,
had
wait,
prepackaged
wait.
cold
No, I
cuts.
know what
but
you're talking
there
about.
are prepackaged cold cuts like the Chiterio and the,
No, we're talking about
Not
like
imported.
some off-brand
Oh, not imported.
supermarket prepackaged cold cut.
like-
Oscar Mayer.
No, yeah,
No,
yeah.
Not Oscar Mayer. I don't go down
Mayer.
that low.
Bro, how come Oscar Mayer bologna tastes like drywall?
Listen, I'm not talking about for anyone. I mean, like, let's just say like, if
Hormel.
it's
He
us
eats a lot of
and,
Hormel.
like Greg's like, oh,
Hormel.
like I like put out a spread,
Hormel's
and he'll
not
go to
bad
the
for
store. I see him
pepperoni.
there with the wrappers. He's putting it out.
No, so what he's talking about is a lot of these places have like these antipasto kind of like style already pre-sliced, like salamis, sopressata, capicola.
Okay.
And, like, instead of like going to like the deli, I would literally just get the prepackaged already. It's pretty nice.
You have to watch
selection.
with them though.
Well, yeah, no,
have to
with
watch.
trial and error, I've had it before.
Can I
No,
tell you?
because salmonella.
We
no,
went-
Seriously,
I'm gonna
some
call
stuff-
them out.
A brand sent me stuff like a prepared charcuterie board with everything sliced up, and it was beautiful. And then like 2 weeks later, like 8 million of their products got recalled for salmonella.
Well, that's cross contamination because you can't get salmonella.
Italians
grew up
are
with
obsessed
Sal.
with salmonella.
Salmonella.
Italians are obsessed with it. My like Norna, when I was a kid, I thought that was like fucking getting AIDS.
What?
Salmonella.
I know.
But these are the same people that are cooking chicken cutlets.
They
It's the same
tormented us with
sport that they're
salmonella.
taking the raw chicken cutlet.
But you don't understand. I wasn't allowed to touch a
The reason
reptile.
why,
with salmonella.
Greg, the reason why you got to be careful with stuff
no, I
that's
am.
pre-cut.
Yeah.
I went, John and I, the other night, we stopped. We were in Massapequa at a doctor's appointment, and then we were going to somebody's house, so we stopped at Uncle Giuseppe. That was our first mistake.
Wow.
Really?
Because
What's wrong with Uncle Giuseppe?
you know why? Because my cousin wanted a couple of things that were like real supermarket items
Yeah.
that I knew other Italian specialty stores would not have. Right? So we went to Uncle Giuseppe's. By the way, they didn't have the thing we were looking for anyway. But we got pre-sliced sopressade and provolone. And the sopressade was gray.
Yeah, no.
Well,
you
it's probably
see.
sitting, it was probably sitting there for a while.
Like with those things, oxygen is the enemy.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to, like I always get, if I buy, let's say I go to a deli counter and I order like, give me a stick of hot supersada, give me a stick of dry sausage. I get a stick and then I say slice half and the other half wrap up.
Yeah.
Because I,
Because you know you're not going to eat the whole thing.
exactly.
It's Boys Head branded stuff, but it's not sliced in front of you.
No. Like she sometimes.
Why?
She does it if she's in a rush.
Really?
and she doesn't
It's
have
like
time
they
of her own.
they already have it in the paper,
Yeah,
in the
she'll
plastic
have like
bag.
pre-sliced Swiss, turkey.
But you don't know how long it's been there.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing. You don't
Well, you
know
mean
how long.
it's been cut for like over
That's
a
what
week at least.
You don't know. It has dates on it, but you
They-
don't
they do
know.
have
like-
dates.
Yeah, but it doesn't say sliced on.
No,
it's
no.
not like
If
when
you
you
was
pick it up.
buying-
This isn't like the pre-sliced where you're picking it up from the case that's next to the deli counter
Yeah.
where they sliced it that morning.
That's what
this
I'm
is
talking about.
pre-sliced like this. No, this is what Greg gets is what comes on a truck already
Oh,
in
like
an
where you lift-
airtight.
where you lift
Yes.
the film.
Yes.
Oh, wait, where it's clear.
Yes.
Transparent.
Yes.
Yes. So I was talking about the boar's head that's been sliced that morning. It's in the paper.
No.
And it's already done for your convenience.
So even that is
Even that you
like
don't know.
You don't want to go for that.
Right.
Like a
tipping.
couple hours, like a day.
Yeah. No. This stuff has been
He's
in that
lifting the
package
film,
for a few days.
airtight lifting the film.
Yeah.
I
If,
understand.
If like my mom has time, like she'll like still like wait and get it done. But if she's
No,
in
but
a
is it
rush-
your mom's preference or is it your preference? Like when you're
I don't know.
going
I don't have
shopping,
preference.
you're gonna grab it from that. So in other words, you have no problem with it because you grew up with it.
Yeah.
And it's
Lunchables
really,
suck.
Lunchables are trash.
I never.
I used
ate
to
a
always
Lunchable in
want
my
them,
life.
and I begged my mom for
Oh,
them
yeah.
to the point of she goes,
Let me
"What?
tell
I'm
you
going to send
something.
you to lunch like this today," and I didn't need anything.
Oscar Mayer makes good hot dogs, right? They make a lot of decent stuff. The one thing they do not have a way with is bologna.
Bologna.
Their bologna
Yeah,
is
no.
like
It's this thick.
meat pancakes.
It's thick and it's dry. How is
I
it
never
dry?
even ate Oscar Mayer bologna. I don't even know what it tastes like.
Oscar Mayer wiener.
See, I
Does
grew
it
up.
taste like a raw hot dog?
Yeah.
No, because their hot dogs
Yeah.
are decent. No,
Yeah.
their hot dogs are not dry. Oscar Mayer bologna in that round container with the yellow top tastes like drywall. It's not. It's not very.
It's like a meat pancake.
But I guess like
Yeah.
why would you ever get involved with that
cheap.
in New York? Like
It's
why
cheap.
would you get involved with that?
See,
cheap.
that's the thing.
It's cheap.
No, not necessarily either. Because sometimes, I meant to say this when you were talking about that prepackaged boar's head in the clear package. You know, sometimes the boar's head, you know, let's call it the peppermint turkey. I'm a fan of the peppermint turkey.
The boar's
right?
head?
The boar's head peppermint turkey. It's good
turkey.
stuff.
I
And
like the buffalo chicken.
Dietz and Watson don't have anything
Yeah,
like
buffalo
that, so I
chicken.
go for that.
I always do the honey turkey.
So let's say you're going for a pound of the boar's head honey turkey, right? And you get it from the deli. Well, from the counter, it's $9 a pound, right? But that package is $9, right? So you just pick up the package. Well, you look, it's 0.85 of a pound.
The only thing that you save is the time. Let's say there's a long line.
You're getting screwed.
You are.
You're getting
But
screwed.
that
That's where
said,
the
you
term
don't
jip-
really
that's where
know
the term
when it was
getting jipped
sliced.
comes
You
from.
don't know when it
Does
was
it really?
sliced.
Yeah.
If you pick it up,
I didn't know that.
it should say sliced on.
Greg is from the school. He doesn't want to know when it was sliced. He don't care.
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss.
If I'm in a rush, I'll grab it. If I have time, can I get a quarter pound of this? Can I have a half pound of this? If I have time.
yeah,
I
but
watch
I'm-
you eat a raw
But
hot
as
dog
we said before, the threshold for a New
goes
York
down.
deli is 5 minutes. For even if you got to get a bunch of stuff for an antipasta board, you know, you want to get sliced hot supersad, sliced sweet supersad, cube this, cube that. You know, you could do that at a real New York deli and be out of there in less than 5 minutes.
Now, let me ask you this. You're serving cold cuts or you're serving super salad, like a charcuterie board or antipasta to your guests. Are you getting a cheaper version of what you would serve yourself, or are you serving exactly how you would want it?
That's how I would want it.
A cheaper version.
Some people do that.
Yeah, some people are like, put
I'll
the cheap shit
use-
out.
Exactly.
I'll
I don't subscribe
use-
to that, though.
I'll use American prosciutto when I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm talking about, like, let's
I won't serve
guests.
it. No, I'm gonna serve.
No,
If anything, I'm gonna serve the guests better
right.
than what I would eat myself.
100%.
Agreed.
If I have people coming over, I'm going all out.
You're going all out. I agree.
I only go to Arthur Avenue for cold cuts. Arthur Avenue, Mario's, or Salpino's. One of those three.
You go from Middle Village to the Bronx for cold cuts.
Yep. Sundays with my dad.
Wow.
That's dedication.
That is dedication.
Well, I feel like
Calabria
that's
pork
also
store.
going away.
Calabria pork
That's
store.
going away.
I'll live and
People-
die by Calabria
People
pork
will
store.
fly 3 hours and then rent a car and go stay in a hotel for Disneyland, but they won't go 40 minutes in the car to go to the Bronx or to go to
For good cold
Or
cuts.
go to
or
Brooklyn.
Genie or whatever.
yeah to go
I
to
know.
certain places for certain things. That's why I asked
I know.
before
Yeah.
about if that's important to you or not. Is certain things from certain spots.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, and for me, it's kind of concentrated, which is nice in the same vicinity. I don't need to go like to another borough, let's say, or
Well, Brooklyn's good for that.
Brooklyn's good for that.
Speaking of good ingredients, first of all, if you want to find Danielle and her content, what's the handle they're looking for?
The handle is "Have You Covered in the Kitchen." You with a
Right.
letter U.
And the title of the cookbook?
The title of the cookbook is From Courtroom to Cucina: 70 Authentic Recipes that took me from litigation to salivation.
Litigation to salivation.
I'm in salivation right now.
So can I ask you about your cookbook, about some of the recipes? Because I haven't had a chance to see it. I really would like to take it home, though, because as you heard just me on the phone, I
Of
do a
course,
lot of the
this
cooking in
is
my
yours.
house.
Yes, I know. I love that.
I love being able to entertain and be with your guests, but also make something that's impressive.
Yes.
You know, make something that people are going to remember when they leave your house.
I agree.
Are there recipes in this book that are designed for somebody who wants to have maybe there's stuff that could be prepared before or this or that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And everything is really user friendly. So it's not like you're not reinventing the wheel with this stuff. It's easy, it's user friendly. Novice cooks can
Right.
use it. I have a whole section on tools, what you need to for ease of
You
everything.
mentioned you have a very modest kitchen.
I have a modest kitchen, right? So it's very easy stuff, but it's also stuff that's adaptable. Let's say your guests have a dietary restriction. Who's vegan? Who can't have gluten? So it's Let's say stuffed mushrooms. You
There's
want to
stuff
make
in
them.
that book for vegans.
Well, you could make it.
I don't want
vegan.
to take it home.
You could make it vegan.
We aren't inviting
So
vegans to the
let's say
party.
you want to make stuffed mushrooms.
Yes.
You don't want to do it that day.
Right.
You prepare them in advance. You stuff them. You put them in the oven. That's it. So there's a lot of stuff like that. It's a lot of stuff that's built around what we're used to, what we grew up with. But there's a lot of other recipes too. There's Greek. There's Indian.
Asian fusion.
Asian fusion. There's American. There's wings. So it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Like
Are
New
you
York.
are you the type? See, so when my wife cooks, she calls it freestyling, right? She adds her what she loves and the flavors that she enjoys to a lot of these recipes.
And that's what it's all about.
You have a lot of different cultural stuff in there. Is it all tweaked like, how many recipes have evolved over the years from the recipe that you originally took to how you make it now?
So many. Like,
Yeah.
for example, I grew up, I didn't like steak pizzaiolo. My mother used to make it, and my sister and I would skeeve it. And we would make fun of it, and we never wanted to eat it. But now when I make it, I'll make it a little bit of a different way. I'll put some olives in it, I'll tweak it a little bit. I don't like really oregano. I know Italian doesn't like oregano. I don't really like oregano. I won't put oregano in it. I know that's the hallmark of pizzaiolo, but I don't like it. So I make it the way I eat it. So it's adaptable. It's like what you want to eat, what you feel comfortable eating, you put your fingerprint on it and it's yours. It's kind of like that's what recipes are, really. You can't copyright a recipe. You can only copyright a compilation.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Danielle,
And
put
that
your
is
print-
from Courtroom to Cucina. Look at that. I love it. Danielle, thank you so much.
Thank you. And listen, next time we cook, you sing, you have musical accompaniment, we'll cook. Greg and I will cook.
G and I were coming over for dinner. We said
Yeah,
this.
no, we need to do that. We need to do that. And
I-
gambling after dinner. Like, we bring,
Ali.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Ali.
Bring the poker set.
bring the poker set.
We'll bring the poker set and we'll bring the pastry.
Yep. And the karaoke.
Sure.
You got it.